TV channel.
Thank you.
What you can tell us about your name? Where are you from? How you start here exactly in UAE?
Okay, I am Ami Beth Aroy Kaintoy. I am from the Philippines, raised in Mindanao, specifically in Bukidnon. Bukidnon means it's more on highlands, mountains, full of mountains. Yes, I came here in UAE last February 2, 2008 to be exact. I came here as a chief, I work as a chief accountant. I work in actually two companies here in UAE. First is in Dubai Internet City as an accountant. And the second is in Dubai Healthcare City as a chief accountant. In Dubai Healthcare City, it's a little bit challenging and also it's very nice because that work, it involves more in healthcare. Yes, that's why. Then after that one, I decided to stop. But before I stopped, I already had a restaurant. So it's like I do it all together. Go to the office and also having a restaurant. Yeah, when it's I guess it's time for me to stop and need my personal management to the restaurant, then I stopped it.
Nice.
Yes.
Tell me right now about the first own business. How you begin your own business and how you start about another branch,
Yeah.
another work.
Actually, everyone was asking me how did I got the genes of being business minded. Because even though I raised in the Philippines, we are not that rich. We're just only a common people there. My father is a driver and my mother is a housewife, plain housewife. And they don't have any interest with the business. But me, since I was a kid, I really want into the business. I love selling foods in front of our house, selling in the backyards, going house to house in my place and selling fruits, the harvest of my grandfather. And when I work, right after my college, it just so happened that I never worked for managers. I work with the owners. So it's like their mindset. It's like it influenced me. So when I was working right after my college, I worked first as an admin clerk. But admin clerk, like everything in the office, we do have managers, we do have like in the marketing, but I was given a task by the owner. Like I report to him directly, and I was given a task like a big one. My salary at that time is just only small amounts. I remember at that time it's just only 150 a day. It's just below minimum during that day. But at that time, the owner told me, I cannot forget what he said, that he saw something in me. So he just wanted me to do something, and he wants to check if where I am and what's my capability was. So I worked with him. I reported to him everything as like a clerk. But I do the accounting, do the budgeting. It's fresh graduate.
Yes.
Yeah, so I worked with him for 5 years. And it so happened that when I came here in the UAE, I also work with the owners, not with the because the managers, the concept of the managers are different. Their mindset, the mindset of the owners are different also. The managers is like they're managing the vision of the company, right? Then the owners, they have different vision. They can afford to risk. Yeah, their ideas is different. So since I was working near to them, I got that influence from them. So I always think, and I always say to myself that I only have to stay here in UAE for 10 years. I really save money. Really. Every month I have this monthly budget that at the end of the year I want to save this much of money, and I will break it down into monthly.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got it. Every month I have to send money to the Philippines. Really, like it's like 80% of my salaries sent to the Philippines. I never spend money here in UAE that time. And then suddenly it changes. It changed a lot, especially when I had a babies here. So when I have my first, second, third, now I have my fourth. So I was thinking like I love to raise my children here in UAE. Because if I'll bring them back home to the Philippines, the integration for them, it's hard.
Yes.
And then they're safe here. And then, what's one thing that awakened my mind, because I always tell my children that we're going home every year. We do have vacation, right, from the company. That's the best thing here in here. You have to do for vacation with pay, so you can just go home. And I always tell my children, we will go home, we will go home. And then my eldest one told me, this is our home. And then it made me realize that, this is the home of my children. My home is different. And they told me, Mama, this is our home. Philippines, your home? Yes, we know that you're happy there. We're also happy to go there because we have lots of cousins, but this is our home already. Because we are born here, we're raised here. That's it. And then I told my husband, I think we will have a business here. So that's the time that we have that challenges to start a business, because it's not that easy.
Yes.
It's not that easy. It's just easy to have a concept like, you want to have a business, I'm the businessman, and tell to your community that, I'm a businessman here. But in how to do it, especially how to maintain, it's hard.
Tell me about your restaurant now. How many branches you have exactly?
Actually, we started as a kiosk. Because before, when I came here 2008, I saw a lot of Filipinos, I saw them buying noodle cups, right? And then I told my husband, why not we will bring the concept of karinderya? In the Philippines, everywhere there's karinderya. And even if during the hard times of the place, even the family who's doing that business, they're still there. It's like that concept, karinderya is like you have to be, being resilient. That no matter what floods you had in your life, you're still there. So I told my husband, why don't we have this one and display in the supermarket, the food? Because once the Filipinos will come home, they will go to the grocery. And into the grocery, they will buy food like 10 dirhams. Instead of buying, noodle cups, instant noodles or what, and then we will cook for them. And that's how we started. And now, we have Rigga Restaurant, 3 Rigga Restaurant. One here in Miami building, second here in K Hotel, and another one in Al-Kail Gate. And we do have also in Asal Express Restaurant. We cater also because I saw there in Sahara, there are lots of Filipino staff. It's like 50% of the staff are Filipinos and the 50% are mixed with other nationalities. So I told my husband, we need to put in Sahara. So at least we can cater. We don't have customers from outside who's going to the mall. At least we have customers inside that they can afford.
Yes, of course.
And also in Reef Mall we do have.
MashaAllah. Tell me right now about your restaurant. What you have exactly food here? What you have special food, Philippine food here?
Actually, the first time that we got famous is because of balbakwa. Yes, a lot of bloggers went to our restaurant, crazy about that one. Because mostly the restaurants here offer the same food. Yeah, the same food, almost the same food. But I made a choice to change it. Yeah, so I introduced slowly the food from the southern part of the Philippines because we are Bisaya. So when I noticed, I came here in El Rigga, it's like I think 60% of the Filipinos here in El Rigga are from our place, southern part of the Philippines. We are Bisaya. So I have here, I also have in Karama before with kiosks, and I know based on the food that are saleable. So if I have to cook this food and I tell my cook, there are lots of Bisaya, our dialect is Bisaya. It's like our ethnic. So if they're in Karama, there are lots of northern part because this food are selling them to them. So we are cooking based on the people who lives there. So the menu is different. because the Philippines has not so specific that you are aware, like Tagalog that you are talking. No, there are lots. We have Bisaya, Ilonggo, we have Ilocano. There are lots of us, and each region has different food. Although we do have food like almost the same, but it's different on how to cook it. But since me as a Filipino, I know how does it taste for them, for this northern part, for the central part, for the southern part. So we are cooking based on that one. And then our business really focus on the concept, like I want to have, because there are lots of restaurants here, Filipino restaurants. It will go by 2 years, 3 years, and changed by the management, like that. Since here, we can see there's like Weston. It's an institution already for Filipinos to go there. And then I want to have also my own institution for the food business, the restaurant. That's why I told wherever the Filipinos here, there are lots of Filipinos here, I'll put my restaurant there. Because the moment we will put the restaurant there, it's not we will come to them for business. We will come for them to help them, to cater their needs. Because I know how Filipino work hard. It's really, you can name it overtime. You can work 24 hours. Right? When I was working, I worked 24 hours. Yes. Even if I'm at home, I check the emails, I'll check everything. And then, you don't have any time to cook. It's better to buy. This does not affect their pockets.
Tell me right now about your vision in the futures. How you see yourself in the future in UAE? After 5 branch now.
Before, I really envisioned myself to be in the corporate world, like how my mother envisioned me. My parents sent me to a prestigious school in the Philippines, like it's a well-known school in Ateneo. And then when I came here, my parents were so happy to see me in the corporate world, like you're talking like big boss or what. And that's how our parents, because it's a traditional one, they want their kids to be in the office, working, like you're madam there or what. But we do have different one. And I told my parents when I decided to resign, I told them, I want to resign and I want to have my own restaurant. I want to run along with my husband, because it was my husband who ran the restaurant. And I told my mother was that I did not send you to the university to sell food, right? And then I told her, because she knows that if I'll be in the restaurant, she will see me. I'm the one, because I'm a hands-on. Cooking, check the food, cleaning. Like, you will see me there in the restaurant. Because I'm a it's a nature for me. It's to do hands-on. And I told my mother, I want to have my own restaurant. And then she told me, no, you have to be in the corporate world. I told her, no. If I have to be in the corporate world, my it's like it's limited, that you're only on that one. And then now I really wanted to see myself, not only myself, my family in this business. And also I want to see our restaurant to cater all the wherever the Filipinos, not only here in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, online. So we will put all restaurants in every Filipinos, because it's not all places. There are lots of Filipinos. There was even an invitation for us to go in in Discovery Garden, but I told them it's different there, because mostly Filipinos who lives in Discovery Garden are those people who can afford to have a nanny. They have their own houses, so someone can cook for them.
Yes.
I want to go to a place where, like El Rigga, Satwa, Karama, where those Filipinos who's not that much enough salary to afford to go for a restaurant, but I will give it to them, because I told them whatever savings that we get from our suppliers, it goes to the customers. That's
Tell me right now how you love this country.
this country.
Yes, how you love it.
My goodness, I did not expect. When I came here, my first impression was like, I was afraid. When I told my parents that I resigned from my job. And then my boss told me, why do you have to resign? You have a good job here, and you will be somebody here. And I give you opportunities, I teach you, and you will just go to UAE to work. And I told them, just give me 2 years, I'll come back. So I had an indefinite leave. And then I asked the permission of my parents that I need to go to UAE. And then, it's from Middle East, they have different that one. I told my parents, it's different because I'll be working in the office. And no, and all of them are crying, like, no, you cannot go there. Because we do have lots of neighbors who came like in other countries, like they have different experience. I told my parents, no, I will not be there as domestic helper. I'll be there in the office, like what I'm doing here. First time when I came here, I got a job, and it's a good job. And the salary was really, really good. I sent my first salary to my parents, and my parents was asking me, what are you doing there? And then why? They're telling me that you cannot have this salary if you are not doing something there. And then no, I'm in the office. And I sent picture. I sent my visa, because the visa says there that I'm an accountant. And then I sent the salary slip. That's my salary. And then my parents were so happy, like, really, this is your salary? Yeah, that's my salary. Good. In the Philippines, how much is my salary? And when I came here, it's different. And that's the time that I started. And then when I go out in the street, it's like very safe. In the Philippines, you have to hide your bags.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And then here, it's like you're free. And then I just noticed that that's why I got the idea to have a business here. First is that I want to have the, the foods, like the items from the Philippines to. That's my first, That's my first concept. Why not? Since I have connections there, so I'll go there and then tie up with them and bring the company here and represent with them. But it's changed. And then because when I came here after 2 years, I just noticed that if you are competent enough here in UAE, you will do very, very good. You know why? Because the government of UAE will support you. They have a lot of opportunity. That's the best thing here in UAE. It's not like you will just go alone. It's like there are lots of opportunity. It's up to you to choose.
Yes.
Yes.
What you have thanks message for government for the Highness and the Princess in UAE?
That's the best thing. You gave us a good life here in UAE. You cannot imagine. You know, every time I look at the picture of the Sheikh, I just like, this guy does not know how he helped indirectly the people here in UAE. Really, because he's doing every day in the government, but he did not even think the people that he helped indirect, like me, like I was like provided with a safe environment, with a good opportunity, and also the best thing is I have the opportunity to have a business here. In the Philippines, I don't have this opportunity. Yes, it's hard to have business there in the Philippines, but here you can have. It's like it's up to you. Anyway, it's all the business or the work. It's all hard, but it's all up to you. How hardship, or for you to choose which path you want to go. So you want to go here or here? It's up to you. But one thing I can assure, like even my children, I told them that you will already stay here in the UAE, and all of us will stay here in the UAE because we do have the business. It's like I have to integrate myself now. This is already my home. As my children are saying, Mama, this is our home. Because every time we're going home to the Philippines, if we will go back to the UAE, finally we're going home. So we are in opposite direction with my children. So I have to be with them.
Yes.
Yes.
In the finally, tell us about all your location, what your restaurant were, and how we can contact with you.
Okay. We do have restaurant first here in Miami building at the back of Safadi here in K Hotel, and the other one is in Al Khail Gate in Weston Mall. And then we also have our restaurant in a food court in Sahara and also in Reef Mall. And hopefully we will have soon. We are now almost done the negotiation with Burjuman Mall.